Once again, it's on, man. Once again, we here. You know what I mean? It's your boy Truth. Short for Truth Over Narrative. You know what I mean? Getting it popping. We ready. You know what I mean? Welcome to A-Side Boxing Talk. You feel me? Welcome to the Moment of Truth, episode 11. Man, we got a good interview lined up tonight. We got PBC prospect Elijah Garcia. He just coming off of that fourth round stoppage on the Maxio Figueroa undercard. He stopped Almakar Vidal, 19 years old, man, good puncher. You know what I mean? Strong, ready. Not even a prospect, contender. I'm not even gonna say prospect, man. This guy's a contender, man. You know what I mean? I'm just jumping on here a little early, just trying to see what the business is. You know what I mean? Trying to let everybody, you feel me? Get ready, tune in, lock in. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is definitely what we doing on this side. Let me see. I think I made a little mistake here. So let's rectify what we got going on real quick. That way we that way we don't got no issues. We live right now. So we gonna, you know what I mean? Let me see something what we got going on. There we go. Okay, no, here we go. All right. Oh shit. Let me see. I don't think I could do. Let me see. Let me see what we looking like. It's all good. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that. Yeah, man. You know, just we in here thugging it, man. You know, I'm just trying to see what's going on. I'm live right now, so the shit it is what it is. Let's do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we definitely live. We rocking out. Hey, shout out to my man Clev. Nice little interview. Be well, truth. You know what I mean? Appreciate that, Clev. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what we working with. Yeah, man. So yeah, I think we got a good one tonight, man. Like I said, I just wanted to jump on a little early. You know what I mean? We'll let Elijah get in here soon. You know what I mean? Hopefully we could get some numbers out. That's why I came in a little early. Hopefully they sending out these notifications, letting them know that the truth is live. You get what I'm saying? And we're gonna rock out again. I think this is gonna be a real good interview. We're gonna put some work together, put some work in. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Ben Israel, man. Hey, hey, my man Ben Israel says Shalom Asa is man down today, tomorrow, and forever. Well, you right on time, my man Ben. You see what the shirt say, right? Yeah, man down. You know what I mean? So you know what it is, man. You know what time it is. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But yeah, for sure. We just waiting on Champ to get in here. Uh yeah, and that's it, man. A little good week of boxing. Um, got some cards coming on this week. I'm not too much a fan of, but you know how it go, man. You get in, you do what you got to do. You handle business. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. I think we got Brandon Glanton fighting this weekend. I want to see that fight. Uh, I'm not a I'm a I'm not a fan of this Zerto and Gabe Rosado fight. I know these guys as friends, they sparred together a lot, but I feel like I feel like Gabe Rosado, one of them guys that it's like he took a lot of losses. He got some brutal stoppages. You know, he got beat bad in a couple fights, but it's like he still talk coherently. And I feel like the boxing world is not gonna stop until Gabe Rosado can't talk right no more. And I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I think my man Gabe Rosado, he done enough. Again, I'm not trying to tell him what to do with his life and his career. He is his own fighter. He is his own man. But again, man, I'm just not liking these super tough fights, man. Super tough. Super tough. Zerto who come in at a certain size and weigh a certain thing. Okay, we got the champ in the building, man. All right. Give me 1 second. I see you down there, champ. Let me pull everything up so we can get it started, man. So okay. Again, guys, we getting ready to start this interview off, man. I got PBC, not prospect no more, PBC contender coming off that fourth round stoppage of Amilcar Vidal. Man, we got Elijah Garcia. What's going on, champ?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. How you doing?
Very good. Just taking it day by day. Just starting to get back into it.
Yeah. Okay. So, we could go ahead and jump into it and get right to it, champ. So, congrats on the fourth round stoppage. Over Vidal. So walk me through that a little bit. Why Vidal and why right now?
Um, my biggest thing was we asked for a step up fight. We asked for a big step up fight, and our goal is to be a world champion by the time we're 21, 22 years old. And this was, the way my dad told me was, it's not an opportunity. This is your time to shine.
For
And
sure.
so here we are now. We stuck to the game plan, and we put our faith in God, and here we are.
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. Now, in that second round, you and Vidal getting it on. I see you caught a bloody nose. Initially, me personally watching. I seen you fight. I think maybe 2 or 3 times before that. But I'm like, damn, okay, we got 19-year-old guy. He got a bloody nose, man. This is about to be a little bit adversity, man. You just walking back to the corner, you smiling, they clean you up, and you come back out. Yo, as a kid, were you one of them guys that just always kind of got a bloody nose so it don't matter no more? Or it's just like, damn, we fighting, so fuck it.
No, that's the way it was. Ever since I was a little boy, probably my son's age, 3 years old, I used to always get bloody noses, no problem.
Yeah,
It's I don't know, it's just a family thing. We all got bloody noses. So yeah, second round. Like if you notice, the first second round, it was a high intensity. Not from
yeah,
me, but from Vidal. He came out. I think what happened was, I hit him, and I wasn't trying to hit him hard, but I think I hit a lot harder than he thought I was going to hit, and then he came out throwing hard punches. I know because the power of his punches. I could tell a difference between like the first minute and the last 2 minutes of the first round, and then the second round he came out throwing even harder punches. So I think
mm,
that's just I feel like he's throwing hard punches. It's kind of hard not to get hit. So
yeah, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, now this guy is a 27-year-old. He was ranked number nine in the WBC. You broke him down and got him out of there within 4 rounds. Do you feel like that was a fight that you still learned something from? Because you stopped him so early. So do you feel like you still learned from that fight?
Yeah. I learned the whole process. Before the fight. Like that was
Yeah,
my first time being interviewed. That was my first time. Being in a scenario like that, as if like this is a real. It's a big fight. Lots of eyes on you. So it was a big experience, and especially in the ring because I expected to go 9 rounds, nine,
mm,
10 rounds. I
yeah,
expected to go to distance, and it was something different for me to come out slow, slow and not worry about winning the first couple rounds.
yeah,
So I did learn that you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient, and I ended up catching them. That's what happens when you're patient and stick to the game plan.
yeah. Okay, now to switch subjects a little bit, man. I seen an interview of you. I think you was about 16 years old, and the guy was asking you a question, and you mentioned being married, bro. So
What was that?
I seen an interview when you were 16, and the guy was
Huh?
asking you a question, and you mentioned being married at 16 years old. So so tell me how is that being married so young, and then now with you having 2 small children and adding that in the mix, how is that, man?
I'll tell you. So from the way I look at it is, I got 2 kids and I got a wife. So this is my only job, boxing. I do it full time, and being 16 years old, a father, it's not the easiest thing, but
Yeah,
you gotta, when you put it in a boxing perspective, is I gotta provide for my family, I gotta provide for my kids, and my son. He's my number one supporter. Like he loves me. He loves going to the gym. He loves
yeah,
hanging out with me, and he sees me as a champion, always knocking people out, always winning. So when it's time to train, I remember training for this fight. I was pissed off training because this guy really thought he was gonna beat me. This guy
yeah,
really thought he was gonna knock me out. And
yeah,
knowing how like, nah, I'm not gonna let that happen in front of my kids and my family. So
yeah.
that's just my mentality, and that's another huge reason why I got to win, is because I'm not gonna let my family down.
No, that's a fact, man. And now speaking of family, I know that Your granddad was a professional fighter. Your dad was an amateur. Even on your mom's side, you had people in your family that box. Now, usually, especially younger kids, right? They tend to go away from what it is that they family did. How was your family able to, I guess, steer you into the ring?
So I didn't start fighting until I was 12 years old.
Mm,
So I started late, a little bit late, and I played every sport. I played football, I played baseball, I played basketball, I wrestled,
yeah,
and it just so happened that my dad decided to take me to the gym, because the wrestling gym was closed, and I fell in love with it, the first week, and I think that's the biggest thing because you see a lot of these kids, they fight since they're 8 years old. By the time they're 12 years old, they have 150 amateur fights, and they're ready to quit because they're burnt
yeah,
out. Well, in my case, I only I I only got better. I only got
yeah.
better, and then I only had more and more motivation to keep doing it.
For sure. Now, with your dad being your coach, now when he first started to bring you in the gym, around the gym, and you first started training, would he have you like watch tapes of fighters, or is it a particular fighter that he tried to model like your style after?
So probably like I had 40 amateur fights, but probably the first 20 amateur fights, my grandpa coached me.
Okay.
And my grandpa was my dad's dad, my dad's coach, of course. But it was more about just work hard, because he has lots of experience. He has lots of experience, so he taught me, and then my dad decided to take over because I'm his son, and he wanted to do what he thought was best for me.
Yeah.
So since then, my dad watches a lot of film. He's learned that you can't be a good teacher if you can't teach anybody, and the experience alone isn't going to help. So, he's always, everything's about boxing for my dad. And then, he'd send me, videos of, like these boxers fighting and the drills, and then
Yeah.
the drills we'd work on, and the same thing, like we kind of have a similar style. So,
Yeah.
I ended up watching like a little bit of James Toney as, he's an inside fighter with great defense, Andre Ward. Andre Ward's a great counter puncher, and then I like watching Errol Spence myself because he's left-handed. But that's something I got into because I wanted to progress like my dad.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Now back to the fight. Now with that fourth round stoppage, in your last fight, are you looking to be out tough in your next fight, or are you still trying to mix it in with tough fights, developmental fights, tough fight, developmental fights?
So I've never turned down a fight before. So whoever they're gonna put in front of me, I will fight, no doubt, no question. But for me personally, I'd like to fight. If it's a tough fight, I'll fight it. I'm not scared to fight. But
Yeah,
I'd like to fight somebody with experience that isn't such a high risk factor. I want someone that give me the good rounds. Make it a good fight for the fans. But most definitely, I'm back in the gym and I'm
uh,
ready for whatever. So, but yeah, I'd like to fight like maybe like a former world champion and get some good experience. That's what I'd like to do.
hey, listen, I'm gonna just throw this out there because yeah, I like to play matchmaker sometimes, man. I think you and your team, if you want some rounds, I think you and your team should take. You know who Jorge Cota is?
Yeah.
Take Jorge Cota, bring him up to 160. I'm sure he'll give you some good rounds. He fought some good champions. He lost to Fundora, lost to Charlo, lost to
Oh,
Lubin. That guy Jorge Cota, man, he got.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I had
I think that'd be an exciting fight for you, bro. I think that'd be
yeah,
really
I
exciting.
had I had actually told my promoter I'd like to fight him, but then he said, all right, we'll see what we could do, and
Yeah.
then they had brought Findor, they had brought Vidal,
Okay.
and Vidal is ranked, he was ranked, and then it was more of a, it was better for me,
It was worth it.
as
It was worth
on paper, it was better on paper for me,
it. Yeah.
and
No.
so that's what we ended up going. We ended up taking that route.
Okay. Now, but now you rank 12th by the WBC, you number 15th in the IBF. You feel like any pressure to like to get those big fights to get that title? Like, the IBF is vacant now. Laura just moved up, who fight on PBC as well. Charlo on PBC as well. Janabek, who obviously ESPN got. But do you feel any pressure now that you ranked in a couple sanctioning bodies to like, hey man, I need to go and get this title?
No, not really. I've seen a lot of things about these prospects or whatever, but I feel like I skipped that. I feel like I skipped that because no one knew who I was, and now I am a contender, right?
Yeah,
And I feel like I just skipped that whole prospect whatever
yeah,
that whole chapter, and now I'm a. But my biggest thing is I feel like uh, I don't think there's anybody my age a contender, and I only want to get better from here, and it's not really anything on my back, but I do want to take these, these better fights, and I want to itch my way closer and closer to taking these, these mandatories or whatever, whatever it is,
for sure.
to become world champion.
Yeah. Now I seen you on the zone before, if I'm not mistaken. I know I seen you like on the zone before. So kind of walk me through how did you go from like I guess fighting on the zone cards to now. I seen you say that you with Tom Brown, who's a great guy, by the way. I met Tom Brown a couple times. Dope dude, man. A great guy to be around. But how did you go from I guess the zone to now, TGB promotions and Showtime?
So I had fought. This is how it worked out. I fought in Mexico. I had a couple fights in Mexico. I started fighting on Arizona on the Arizona promotions, and then Arizona. So PBC had a card. PBC had a card in Arizona. I had fought in that card, and then
Okay.
we were trying to go towards the PBC way, but then the zone had a card. A couple months afterwards,
Yeah,
and so of course I'm gonna fight on that card.
yeah,
I'm trying to get exposed out there, and then
yeah.
shortly after, I had fought I fought in the zone February, and then I fought again May, and then after I fought in May, I got signed October with Tom Brown.
Okay. All right. Now being from Arizona, have you ever, and I know you from the Valley as well, but have you ever like I guess ran into the Benavidez family, maybe been in the gym with them before, worked with David? You ever did any of that?
No, never. They were gone by the time I remember I was amateur, and they were training in Vegas at the time. I
Oh,
remember I'd been to their gym once. I'd been to the gym once to go spar, but I had no idea who they were. I only had like one amateur fight by then, and then they had moved to Vegas. But I do go with the Ramoses over there in Casa Grande. They have really good work. I'm
yeah,
excited to see them May 25th, March
yeah,
25th. Sorry, I'll be
yeah.
down there to go watch them. And but yeah, I work with the Ramoses, never the Benavides.
Okay. Now on to something that you kind of just mentioned, man. Now I heard a little rumor that you don't really spar that much. You know what I mean? Now how true is that? And so how often do you spar? And what's things that you do if you don't spar that much? Then what's kind of like your main things you do in the gym to stay sharp?
Uh, so it's not that I don't spar so much, but it's I've had people like, oh, let's go to Vegas and go spar these guys, like world champions, blah blah blah. But I don't want to be used as a sparring partner. I think I
Mhm.
got more brains and more skill to be
Yeah,
used as someone to beat up on, and
yeah,
so that's one reason. Two, we do lots of drills, lots of partner drills like sparring drills,
yeah,
and that's a big part of our workouts or our training. So it's not really hard sparring, but it's still you got punches coming towards you, and then you still got these reactions you got to do. And
yeah,
it's that's the biggest thing. I spar regularly. Like 3 times a week. When
yeah.
it's time to fight. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. But my biggest thing is I don't want to be used as a sparring partner.
Nah, that makes sense for sure, and they keep you preserved, man, especially with those type of fights. Now, my next question is, you got like deceptive power, like you a guy that you not winding up with your shots, you kind of just letting your shots flow. Now, with you starting fighting at 12 and now being 19, that's only like 7 years. So when it comes to your power, is that something that you've always had, or that's something that just kind of got developed over time?
I've amateurs are really didn't stop anybody, but it might have been the lack of experience. But I remember sparring grown dudes when I was like, 13, 14 years old, sparring grown men. And
Mm,
they used to tell me I hit hard, but I think a lot of it is just maturing. I'm only 19 years old, and I'm only gonna get stronger. I do lots of strength and conditioning with my
yeah.
coach Jarrett from the MMA lab.
Okay.
But I think a lot of it's just a lot of it has to be wearing 10-ounce gloves. I think
Yeah.
that's a lot, dude. 10-ounce gloves with a cast on your hand, and you don't really got to hit hard to knock people out. I have what do I have? 12 knockouts, 14 wins. The two I didn't knock out just because I was trying to knock them out, And
Yeah,
majority of
yeah,
the time when you're trying to load up from far
yeah,
back, you don't find the knockout. And if you watch this fight, my last fight, the third, fourth round, I was like the whole fight, I wasn't really throwing that many punches, and I feel like I was just barely getting warmed up. The fourth round, and then I just caught him. That's what happens when you're being patient and just putting your punches together. So I think I just do hit hard naturally. I think it's just a gift.
yeah. Now I know you said that your dad said they're gonna move you the right way. We're gonna make sure you get the good fights so that you can start to build your name. Obviously, you young. I know y'all said y'all want to be a champion around 21, 22 years old. But when you at the crib chilling, maybe watching fighting, maybe watching boxing, maybe not. Who's that one guy in your division where you like, man, I cannot wait to get in the ring with this guy?
That's a great question. It's hard to say Charlo because Charlo don't really fight as much as we'd all like him to see fight. So I honestly, who did he fight? Castano, was that his last fight?
Well, that's little Charlo for
Oh,
Castano,
so
the
so
one in
I don't
your
even
weight class.
I don't even know which Charlo's which, to be honest. I really don't know. Uh,
Nah, the one in your weight class. His last fight was Montiel.
oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
That'd be a good fight for you too, man. That's a good fight for you too, Montiel. I mean,
That's a
okay,
great fight.
that's
That's a
a
great fight.
fucking great
He
fight for
trains in
you.
Arizona, in Tucson,
Oh yeah,
Arizona. Yep, he
oh,
does.
okay.
That's a great
That's
fight. Yeah, maybe we'll work on that or something, because
yeah.
he just fought that dude from Santos.
Gomez, yeah,
Yep, that's a good guy. But uh at 160, I feel like it's kind of a boring weight class right now. I don't know. That's I'm watching all these interviews about me, blah blah blah, and they're right. Triple G just vacate the belt, and I don't know. I really think I can beat Lara, like no problem. I feel like I do a lot better with left-handers when I fight or spar,
yeah,
and the only problem that would be is if I beat Lara and I get the title, then I have to fight everybody else. I'm gonna have a big
yeah,
target on my back. So
yeah, yeah.
um I just gotta take it one step at a time and figure out with my team which is gonna be best for us.
Yeah, and that's why I went to the question I asked you about the pressure because, like, bro, like, look at all of the. I'm sure your followers done went up. I'm sure everything went up from that one Saturday night because, like, bro, you literally are the light of the division right now. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of. I mean, I don't want to say weak because it's fighting and no fighter is weak and no division is weak. But as
Yeah,
far as notoriety, it's not really nobody right there. So that was my thinking when I asked you about do you feel the pressure? Because I mean, in 160, we begging for a star right now, and you looking like you could be that guy.
yeah. That's I don't know. I hope so, man. I hope so. I really work my ass off. Like I'd love to be a star in the sport and
Yeah,
represent my family and my last name.
for sure.
So I'll take it one step at a time.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna kind of switch it up on you a little bit, man. I heard through the grapevine that you got like a bunch of like animals and pets and the whole crazy pet collection or something like that. Talk to me about that. What kind of animals you got, man, and why you got all these different type of animals, bro?
So let's see. When I was living in Avondale, Arizona, I had lots of snakes. I probably had like 24 snakes at one time. And then from snakes, we moved out here to Whitman. It's kind of like a more like a ranch. And we
Yeah,
got 2 acres out here. And then we've had cows. I have some lamb right now, some sheep. Some,
yeah.
and then now I got some chickens.
I hate it. I hate the chickens now.
Yeah, they're going crazy right now. Yeah, so I got some chickens. We get some good eggs out here.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
slaughtered some cows. We
Not them,
slaughtered some.
hey, not them Connor Ben eggs, right?
What was that?
I said not the Connor Ben eggs, right?
Oh no, no sir. All natural, no sir.
No, I'm just talking trash, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Oh,
yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's fun. I like to always get my hands dirty with something.
yeah, for sure. Now next week, man, we got Plant versus Benavidez next week, man. Um, who you got winning that fight? How you see it going? And talk to me about that.
So I don't know. I've had a couple people asking me that, and I think a lot of people are counting out Plant. He's a really good boxer. Really good
Yeah,
boxer. I believe he might have been been up on some scorecards against Canelo, And I just think, it's just the lack of experience, maybe. Canelo's really good, heavy-handed fighter. But at the same time, Benavidez, he comes forward hard, throwing hard punches. But I believe it's honestly a 50-50 fight. And I don't know, man. Maybe, probably Benavidez knock him out. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know, man. I'm not counting Plan out either. I'm
Yeah.
going to be there to see it in person. But I got my money on Benavidez. So I found a bet.
Man, again, man, me as a fan, and with that hat on, I could see in the future, maybe 4 or 5 years, I could see a big Phoenix fight with you and David, man.
Hmm.
Huge, big Phoenix fight, man. Some belts on the line, maybe at 168. I don't know, but I could see that, man. I think that should be a real, real, real good fight, man. You and David.
Yeah, man. It'll be a great one for the fans.
Yeah,
That'll be a great one. I think we'll sell out lots of tickets. Here in
yeah,
Phoenix, Arizona. I'm sure a lot of people will want to see that fight.
yeah. So Tank and Ryan, how you see that one going?
I don't know. I think Tank's gonna knock him out. I don't think Ryan has the experience Tank has.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now I know when you was in the amateurs, I know I seen that I know you said you sparred with Keyshawn before. You came up with Xander. Out of the amateurs that was, I guess, in your class that you came up with, who would you say is not, I don't want to say your favorite, but which one of them guys now that's still fighting that you like the most out of the guys you came up with?
Uh, there's just one kid. He's not signed yet. He might be. I don't know. So Xander's cool. Vito's cool. I know them very well. But there's this kid. He's getting ready to turn pro. His name is Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Joel. I'll send you his Instagram.
Okay.
He's once he
Yeah.
turns pro. I'm not sure he's gonna sign with, but he's gonna be a big name. I promise you that. He's very good. Mexican kid from California, Joel. He's once he goes pro, I already know it. It's not a finger. He's gonna blow up. He's really,
Okay.
really talented kid. But
What?
as of right now, Xander. I feel like Xander.
Okay. Yeah. He just had to pull out of his fight. I think he was supposed to fight next week. He was supposed to fight April 1st. He just had to pull out with an injury. So
Yeah, I heard that. I feel bad for him.
yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I got a little section I like to call a ring walk. I ask different kind of questions that not necessarily maybe boxing related, not necessarily boxing related. But my first question for you is boxing related. Why rival gloves over Cleto Reyes or over Winning or over Grant gloves?
All right. So I've never fought in Grant. So I've never fought in Grant. Um, I fought in Reyes before when I was
Yeah.
in Mexico.
Yeah.
They're made from horsehair. I hurt my hand before. I hurt my
Oh,
hand and thumb because they're real soft gloves.
yeah.
And then I fought in Winnings before.
Yeah.
Winnings are really, really spongy gloves. I
Yeah.
hurt my hand in those too. And
Mm,
so I moved on to Rival. I've had Rival sparring gloves before, so I switched over to Rival, and I feel like those are most comfortable for my hands because they're like my thumbs. My thumbs are real important to me, and
yeah.
I feel like they're just really, really well made gloves for
Yeah.
hitters.
For sure. You ever had a job outside of boxing?
Never,
Mm,
never.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yep. Once since I turned pro 16, I train twice a day. It's a full time lifestyle for me, and I give thanks to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. He makes it happen. I give thanks to my sponsors because they make it happen. I give thanks to my parents because without my parents, I wouldn't be here at all.
No, for sure, for sure. What's your favorite car, man?
Favorite car, like a supercar or what?
Yeah,
Because
if you could have any car you want, man, what would it be?
if I have any car I want, no, I'm not really into cars. I'm not really like the car. All right, if I would have anything, I'd probably have like I like those the new the Chevys that came out, the dualies.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really a car guy or into clothes or nothing
You want a
like that.
big boy truck.
Heck yeah, those are
Yeah,
pretty nice, man. Every time I
yeah,
see them driving on the freeway, I always tell my wife like, check out that. That's real nice.
yeah. I got a big truck too. I got a big Jeep Wrangler lifted. I got 35s on it, 4-inch lift. I got a big ass
Heck,
truck.
heck yeah. Send me a picture later.
Yeah, I got you.
Heck yeah.
When it's whether you were training or whether you getting ready for a fight, what kind of music you listening to kind of like turn you up or get you, pumped up for a fight or training?
So my last fight, I usually like listen to like rap. Like I like a Warren G.
Yeah.
I like Zero. He's from Texas.
Yeah, I know Zero. Yeah,
Yeah, I like Zero, Slim Thug. I like Young Dolph, Gucci. But this last camp, the like 4 or 5 weeks, I really didn't listen to music. Like I couldn't listen to music at all. I was just too focused on like like mentally getting strong. I feel like I was listening to music, I just couldn't get into it. I
yeah.
really got into Christian music. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay.
Like I before I didn't like Christian music at all, but I felt like it was just just talking to me. Like when I ran, I listened to Christian
Yeah,
music by
yeah,
myself.
yeah.
Listen to Christian music, and if it wasn't Christian music, I wouldn't listen to anything.
Okay. All right. Um, every time I hear about the Christian music, I always think of, you ever seen that thing? I was like a meme or something with like, I think it was like a Mexican guy, and he was in church. He was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so I think what that dude is I think so he was in prison or whatever like that, but I think
yeah,
he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
burnt he's just burnt
Yeah.
out, from too many drugs.
Oh, oh, damn. Yeah, you know how I
Yeah.
go, man.
But he means well though. He means well.
Yeah. Um, what's the one thing that people get wrong about you?
One thing people get wrong about me, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people think I'm like not friendly. I don't know.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
might not
yeah.
think I'm friendly, but I'm a real goofy kid. I'm
No,
on.
yeah, it gotta be like that, man, because you're in a serious business, man. So if you serious all the time, you gonna burn yourself out. Um,
Yeah.
after the fight is over, man, obviously you've been training hard and all of that, man. What's the first food that you're going to get after you fight? What's your go-to meal after boxing event?
So usually after I fight, I'll eat whatever. But when we come back home, my mom makes menudo. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My
I know
mom
what
makes
it
menudo
is. Yeah,
every single
yeah,
time
yeah,
after I fight. It's a tradition, no matter if it's hot outside, cold outside. As soon as we come back home, we'll have a rest day, and then she's making menudo. It's just something we've always done ever since I was a little kid. Playing football games.
yeah. Nah, for sure. When you first step in the ring, it's fight night. You shake your dad up. Your dad is getting out of the ring. The referee is about to, get things started. What's going on in your mind before that first bell go off?
First thing is, it's go time. It's go time, and me and my dad have a game plan, and it's do this, do that, do this, do that. And it's usually two things, right? I just keep telling myself in my head, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. So when I know, as soon as the bell rings, I already know, like, don't mess up, like start off strong.
Yeah.
And so,
So,
that's the big thing.
so are you one of those guys that kind of like turn your opponent into your enemy before you fight him, or you just like whatever? I'm just gonna do my thing anyway.
Yeah,
Some gotta get mad and shit like that. You know what I mean?
it's more kind of like both, because
Yeah,
when I step in the ring, the first thing I tell myself is like, if this guy, like, the only way this guy's gonna knock me out if I go face first out cold, because I'm gonna keep getting back up. That's the first thing. So like,
yeah,
first thing is I'm willing to die in the ring. I don't think like a lot of people say they are, but
yeah.
when you got two kids out there watching, you got your wife watching, I'm gonna get my ass up and I'm gonna keep fighting and fighting and
Sure,
fighting until I knock
sure,
you out. And
sure.
so that's the first thing. The second thing is like I don't care that he's my opponent. I got to fight him because this is business. But if he's gonna say he's gonna knock me out and he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, then I'm not gonna be so nice once we get in the ring.
Yeah, for sure. Do you got a talent that we don't know about?
Do I got a talent? No, I don't. I don't think I do at all.
Okay,
I'm I, no, I don't.
got you. No, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, and my last question, man, is what do you want the world to know about Elijah Garcia?
Liza Garcia. Yeah, Liza Garcia is a Christian man. Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior, and He only wants the best for you. And everybody has a purpose in this life, and you're not going to figure out what it is until you go through Jesus Christ. I'm a family man. I got two kids. I got one wife, and me and my family are close. We have a super close circle, and it's going to be impossible to break us.
Mm,
Um, I'm 19 years old right now, and 21, 22 years old, I will be a world champion, and
yeah.
I can't wait to prove everybody that don't believe in me wrong.
All right, cool, man. Well, thanks, champ. Hey, listen, man, you got the boxing world on notice, man. We ready. We ready for the blow up now, man. You put on a fucking hell of a performance last week, and we definitely looking forward to everything in the future, man. Hopefully, I could get you again before your next fight or after your next fight or when you got that title on, man. But we definitely paying attention, champ. Appreciate it.
Heck yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll hit you up on Instagram.
I will do.
Later.
Later.